How's it going, Star Seekers? My name's Luke and welcome back to the channel, where today we're going to be checking out a game called Old Coin Pusher Friends. Now, I don't know if these kind of games exist in America, but in England at least, if you go to any seaside games arcade, you're likely to find one of these in one form or another, and I've literally spent hours popping 2p pieces into the suckers in hopes of winning a cheap plastic keyring or some other kind of naff collectible, after which I'd come away about £3 down with black fingertips and hands that smell of copper. Anyway, I digress. The point is that there's now one of these games available on the Switch, and we're going to take a look see if it's worth the couple of quid asking price. So with that, hit that like button, subscribe for more Switch reviews and content, and let's find out. So no actual storyline with this one then, but given the old Japanese setting of the game, it's fun to imagine that this kind of thing actually existed back then, with kids and adults pinging their 1mon coins onto the central rotating platform, trying to win lucky cats and miniature Tory gays. Now, upon first seeing the game, I have to admit I was a little wary, as it does kind of have the appearance of being an asset flip, and it no doubt uses a bunch of assets in its construction. However, after doing a little bit of research, I actually discovered the game was developed as a Kickstarter project where the developer has raised a whopping £88,000, so it's clearly not just me who has a fondness for these kind of games. Initially launching last year on Steam to very positive reviews, the game has received several updates and has now released on the Switch, so let's take a look at the gameplay. So as you'd expect, the primary focus of Old Coin Pusher Friends gameplay is focused around you shooting coins onto a rotating central platform, which then get pushed off onto a lower platform and build up there to eventually tumble off the edge, and your objective is to catch these coins in your basket and repeat the process until you're a billionaire. It's pretty simple stuff, but addictive as hell. Now, you're able to move in a circle around the coin pusher in order to target the biggest piles of coins, and you can also aim your coin firer in different directions, raising it and lowering it to increase the launch distance. Now, the game contains 3 game modes, the first of these being the standard single player experience, which you're likely only going to be playing if you're out and about without an internet connection, or if the game's online player base dries up entirely, as the online mode is likely to be where you spend most of your time, but we'll get onto that shortly. Now, as you get to launching your coins and slowly amassing your riches, every so often you'll have a bundle drop into the play area, and successfully pushing this off the edge and catching it will result in one of two things happening. Either a miniature prize will drop into the play area, which can then be collected to form sets of prizes, each of which provides an additional bonus such as faster jackpot grow rates or new event types, which again we'll get onto shortly, or the second thing sees a jackpot bundle dropping into the play area, and collecting 7 of these then triggers a jackpot event, which sees a cascade of coins and items raining down from the abyss, flooding the play area with riches. Now, the single player game mode offers a much more laid back gameplay experience, and you may be thinking it's a coin pusher, so how can it not be laid back? Well, the game also has another single player mode called Challenge, in which you get 15 minutes to rack up as many coins as possible, and this mode also sees an increased number of items falling, so you really need to be a little quicker with your reactions and focus on targeting as many items as possible to trigger those jackpots. It's also worth noting that there are online leaderboards for this challenge mode, but don't expect to get anywhere close to the top spot, at least not until you've earned enough coins to upgrade your little basket and improved its movement speed and rate of fire, which will likely take you a while as the upgrades are quite expensive. Now, playing solo mode is pretty chill and you will slowly accrue a stash of coins, but where you're really going to be earning the big bucks though is in the game's multiplayer mode, and you're able to quickly jump into an existing room with other players or set up your own private room with friends. In this mode though, you get to experience the true chaos of the game, as you and up to 4 players work together to earn coins and prizes, and from what I can tell, multiple people can catch the same coins, so there's no fighting over who gets to keep the loot. The rate at which prizes and other items drop into the play area in this mode though is pretty ridiculous, and in addition to these you'll also get to play a bunch of mini games, which I assume are also available in the single player mode but seem to trigger every minute or so in multiplayer. Like the rest of the game, these minigames are all pretty simple and include things like firing your coins up into a pot or knocking bottles off a platform with them, but there are also several demon extermination events where you have to fire coins at the demons to damage them. At the end of each event, the player's scores are then revealed, but these just seem to be for bragging rights and there doesn't seem to be any kind of reward that comes with them. Now, over the years I've played quite a few of these coin pusher games, admittedly mainly on mobile, but I have to say that Old Coin Pusher Friends is by far the most entertaining one I've played, though I will say that the multiplayer elements are really where most of this enjoyment lies. Admittedly, once you've played it for about 20 minutes or so, you've more or less seen everything the game has to offer, but it still holds the same level of addictiveness as its real-life counterpart, and it will no doubt serve as a great time filler game, or one to play when you just want to chill out and not have to actually think about anything. So graphically, the game is nothing special. It uses some basic prefab shapes for its platforms and boxes, but the surrounding Japanese environment does look decent, and the textures aren't a blurry mess, so it's not too bad on the eyes. The main appeal of the visuals for me though come from its shiny golden coins, which glint in the light as they persistently tumble from the platform, but the miniature collectables also look pretty nice, and I like the little customisations you could unlock for your box, though I do think the game needs a load more of these. Audio wise, again things are kept pretty simple, but the sound of the coins falling into your box is aesthetically pleasing, and the game's Asian inspired soundtrack is easy to listen to, and I felt it added to the overall relaxing nature of the game. So when it comes to the game's performance on the Switch, the frame rate does take a bit of a knock, especially when you hit a jackpot and a million coins rain down, but the game remains very much playable in both handheld and docked mode. On the issues side of things, there's not really much I can complain about really. Gameplay is simple, so there's not too much that can go wrong with the mechanics in this one, and I'd say that the main issue right now is the amount of content in the game. I think the developer needs to really work on adding some new events to the game in order to keep things interesting, and I also think that to provide an incentive for players to keep playing, there needs to be a larger number of unlockables, especially things like cosmetic items for your bucket, and these could be tied into something like weekly events with prizes rewarded to those who participate. All in all though, Old Coin Pusher Friends is a fun little time filler game. Admittedly it's a little rough around the edges and is a little light on content at the moment, but there is still plenty of room for improvement here. And so when it comes to my own personal rating of the game, I'm going to be giving Old Coin Pusher Friends 3 out of 5 stars. It's easily the best, if not the only coin pusher game on the Switch. It's also plenty addictive, and for only £3 is a bargain if you enjoy these kind of games, and if you're looking for a new relaxing time filler game to play, then I highly recommend giving this one a go. And so that just about does it for this review of Old Coin Pusher Friends on the Nintendo Switch. As always, if the review helped you out, hit that like button, let me know your thoughts and opinions on the game in the comments section below, and if you watch my content regularly but are not yet subscribed, then please consider doing so. For now though, I just want to thank you all once again for watching, and until next time, take care of yourselves and game on.